Hello everyone and welcome to MCV Taste Love. My name is Zach and welcome to my kitchen. So today I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate comfort food, or for me at least. I think this is a great comfort food any day of the week. I'm going to show you how to make beef stroganoff. So beef stroganoff, a lot of people think it's French, but it's actually Russian originally. It just changed a lot from the original recipe. So I'm going to just show you a few tips and tricks to make it extra yummy. So to get started with the stroganoff, let's look at the ingredients we need for that. About 500 grams of beef. Also with the stroganoff, always some butter and mushrooms I've got here. Then to make the sauce, which makes it so yummy, some butter, all-purpose flour, some Dijon mustard, boiled beef stock, yes. Then we've got quite a bit of sour cream, also very important in this dish. And some of the veggies we're using, we're going to use some onion, some chives, and then some garlic. I'm using pasta today, which we're going to put the stroganoff on. So with all those ingredients, let's start cooking this delicious stroganoff. So first of all, let's start by prepping the vegetables. I'm going to start with the onion. So the onion you can make quite nice and fine because it's not going to cook too long, so there are going to be pieces inside if it's not very fine. Okay, with the onions chopped nicely, next I'm going to do the garlic. So garlic is not the hero of the dish. I don't want to use too much because garlic can be an overpowering taste. So quite a lot of beef. I'm going to use 2 cloves for this dish. Garlic and onions done, we can now do the mushrooms. So I'm using quite a lot of mushrooms because it cooks down, we're going to get a lot smaller, and mushrooms are one of the main ingredients of this dish. Mushrooms chopped up, okay, put them to the side. Cool, with the mushrooms chopped, it's only the beef that's left to work with. Sharp knife. Now we just want cubes, like about 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cubes for this. Important when cubing the beef, it's important to think to keep all the pieces quite the similar size. If it's going to be too big, it's going to be too raw, and if it's going to be too small, it's going to be overcooked. So to get the right consistency of cooked on each piece, you want them quite the same size. Okay, so just check that they're all quite the same size. Okay, so that looks good to me. So now we're just going to lightly salt and pepper them. So with all the ingredients prepped and ready, we can start cooking. And this dish is so nice. You know, I tried to make it as easy as possible. Everything goes into one pot. So very little dishes, which is great. So let's get a pot, get it on, put some vegetable oil in. Now we just wait for that to heat up a little bit. The oil heated, we can now start going in with the beef. See, it looks like, yeah, that's perfect. All of them. So you want to turn them so they don't go too much on one side, about 30 seconds on each side. Okay, as pieces are browned, you can start taking them out. Okay, now in that same pan, we're going to start making the stroganoff. So we're going to go in with some of the onion and garlic. Garlic. Okay, so the onions are sauteed, they're getting flavorful now. We're going to go in with the mushrooms. Then with the mushrooms, about half of the butter. Now with the mushrooms practically cooked, we're going to start building the sauce from that. So to build the sauce, it's almost like a white sauce, just a little bit different. I'm going to take the rest of the butter and melt that in. Okay. Just to get some liquid into the pan. So now that we have some liquid in the pan, we're going to build the sauce by first adding the flour. So we're just using normal all-purpose flour here. About 2 tablespoons, a bit more. See, it becomes like sticky, which is good, means it's going to make a nice and thick sauce. Now I'm going to build it. I'm going to take my beef stock. I'm going to do it right in the pan. Just a little bit first. I'm going to start with some water. And so it's already nice and thick consistency, but we want even more, even more. Can you believe it? If you make your sauce too thin and you have to thicken it up, just add a little bit more flour and it should thicken it up. But don't try to do it too much because the flour is going to give it a bland taste. So you want to try to get your consistency perfect before that. Now we're going to go in with the beef again, because they need to cook a little bit more. And now, very important, we still need salt and pepper. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of salt. Quite a bit actually, because it's beef. If you're working with beef, you want quite a lot of salt and pepper to break the freshness of that taste. And pepper. Just mix that through, and that can cook for about like 3 to 4 minutes, just till you're sure the beef is cooked thoroughly and perfectly. I really like the consistency. Remember, we're still going to add the sour cream after, and that's going to thicken it up even more. So if it's not as thick as you'd like it to be, it's no worries. Okay, so now let's add the last of the ingredients, and that's going to bring that extra taste in this dish, which is going to make it yummy. Okay, your Dijon mustard, very important. Okay, so I'll add about like 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of that. Okay, and then about 150 milliliters of sour cream. So the sour cream might also split in the beginning, but don't worry, it's going to melt through. It's going to be very attractive on camera. Okay, so let's do the sour cream. Quite a bit of sour cream because it's going to give that flavor of the stroganoff. Eye it here. Now let's get that beautiful stroganoff color as well. Let that cook for about 5 minutes and then we are ready. So with that ready, I'm just going to take it off the heat. Okay. So let's just quickly cook a little bit of pasta. Okay, so now we can just add a little salt to the water. And then just going to cook some pasta. And with the pasta cooked, we are ready to put this dish together. And then we got it! A beautiful beef stroganoff. Like I said, such a perfect comfort food. But, I don't know if I did it justice, we first need to taste. So, let's dig in. I think like a spoon is enough for this. Okay, a lot of beef, a lot of mushrooms, yum. Okay, let's try some. I get that nice stroganoff flavor. That sour cream just really set that sauce. Doesn't make it extremely creamy, just gives that hint of sourness, which is so good. Okay, let's taste more of this. Okay, you get some beef in and some mushroom. Let's just have some of that first. Okay, oh. The beef is still flavorful. Gives a nice beefy flavor with the mushrooms. What's also so nice about this dish, it's not too complicated. Like, it just has strong, good flavors. That sauce just brings it so nicely together. Like, you can still like make variations on it, but this is like the classical version, and it's really just easy eating. Like, there's nothing very strange to it, but it's just nice to eat if you're feeling a bit down a day. This will definitely cheer you up. Let's have some more. Oh, that's a nice sauce. Some mushroom. That's a big helping. Okay. So hearty, so yummy. So, thank you so much for cooking the beef stroganoff with me today. If you like this, please click like, subscribe to our channel, MCV Taste Love. Share with your friends and comment if you tried at home and how it came out. Till next time, I'm going to sign off and say goodbye and enjoy the rest of my beef stroganoff.